is an ongoing topic of discussion on this show, and I love it. If you're in a relationship, it should be a conversation you feel comfortable having with your partner as well. They need to know. So today we're joined by Dr. Antonia Sappong, Carlyle Jansen, Samantha Montpetit-Huynh, and Lianne Phillipson. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So we're going to get Cityline real on how to speak with your partner about menopause. Welcome, welcome. I'm so happy you're all here. Dr. Tony, I'm going to start with you. Let's talk about how menopause can affect our emotional and mental health.
Yeah. So menopause, it's a huge transition, right? And anytime we're going through a transition, it can have an impact on our mental health. What we know is that as we go through menopause, our estrogen levels drop. This has a huge impact on the brain, particularly on serotonin, which is a neurotransmitter that impacts mood and sleep and memory. So lots of women, they experience something called brain fog. They feel like they're just not quite the same, not quite as quick, maybe having difficulties learning or remembering things. And then a whole lot of women also experience depression and anxiety. Up to a third of women during the menopause transition are going to have depression. And of course, there's many reasons for this. A pre-existing mental health history, a history of trauma, all sorts of things, lack of sleep, you know, the list goes on. But I think one of the things that probably is contributing a lot is the fact that we just don't talk about menopause. So women are going through this massive transition. They feel alone, they're irritated, you know, they haven't slept, they've got a million things on their plate, and then we don't talk about it, and that also is going to contribute to depression and anxiety.
Yeah, the mental health and the anxiety we definitely need to talk about more, because that's huge. It comes up so much with so many women I've spoken with. Lianne, I want to talk to you now a little bit about your mental wellness during this period in your life. How has it affected your relationship?
So coming into menopause, it can kind of sneak up on you. You know, like we said, we don't know, we're not sitting there with a checklist.
Right.
And after going through everything we've been through over the past 3 years, one of my daughters had a lot of mental health issues, so my focus was a lot on her, as any parent would do. You know, keeping her safe, dealing with everything that was going on there, and not understanding the amount of stress that was then leading me to a burnout as well as the menopause. And then also, oddly, as I kind of just keep doing things and I'm super, super busy, it was during a conversation, an interview on my podcast, where a colleague was talking about mental health and hormones, and she said, you have to watch the ones that are always so busy, because they're the ones that are not stopping, and wonder if they're hiding something. By the end of the episode, I was in tears. I was sitting in my closet, which is where I record, trying to put my hand up, thinking, oh my gosh, this is me. And how much I had been hiding, how low I was, how I couldn't stop. I just had to keep on going, especially for my daughter. And then first I had to admit it to myself, the dark places that my mind had been taking me, and then also just muster up the courage to share that with my partner and actually be that vulnerable to say the things that needed to be said. So admit to myself first and then share. So it is a process, and having his support made the world of difference.
It always will, right? And I feel like I've been going about the communication wrong in my house. I thought I was handling it really well, but I've been separating myself from my family, so I'm not firing shots at everybody when I get irritable and hot.
That's it.
But yesterday, my husband was sort of like, you know, like a puppy that had a newspaper on his nose. I was like, what's wrong? And he's like, it just doesn't seem like you want to be around much. And I'm like, oh no, it's not you, dude, it's me. But I was trying to protect you all. So Carlyle, talk to me about how we can open up about what's happening in our lives with our partners, our significant others.
So our partners generally know something's up.
Yeah.
So it's better to talk to them, because like your partner misunderstood, right?
Yeah.
So, and when we're alone with our feelings or we avoid them, they become bigger, they become scarier.
Yeah.
So if it's hard for you to open up with a partner, talk to your friends. The more you practice it, the more you normalize it, maybe your friends have gone through the same thing, the easier it is for you to discuss it with a partner. And then what I also recommend is give your partner some ideas, because sometimes they feel helpless. Like, what do I do? And they want to fix you, or they want to tell you, oh, it's going to be okay, or it's nothing, or focus on this, and then you feel dismissed. So help them know how to help you. I need a hug, or I need you to ask me what kind of support I need, or we just need to sometimes just sit together and to know that you're here with me and you still love me even though I'm irritable, or I, things are not so as good as you wanted them to be, or, just help me be okay with how I am, and that really helps to get through it.
Dr. Tony, there are also physical changes that women go through during menopause. Can you throw out a few?
Yeah, of course. So common things being common: hot flashes, night sweats, mood swings, trouble sleeping, abnormal vaginal bleeding. And then as we go through menopause, we lose muscle mass, we lose bone mass, and we also put on weight. Common
Yeah,
things.
amazing. What a package.
Right? You're welcome.
Okay, Sam, you're a menopause fitness coach to other women. What do you say to women that are looking to get themselves back? They want to get their confidence back. We're going through a lot.
First of all, is educate yourself, right? Like, education is key, but because we've all said nobody is talking about this, it's very much a stigma. I mean, I don't know about you, but my mom never even uttered the word menopause, and now I'm looking back and I'm thinking, wow, she's been in menopause for a long time. And so all this stuff makes sense, right? So educating yourself, and then understanding that if you live long enough, if you have the honor of living long enough, every single woman is going to go through menopause, okay? And it can look very, very different, but educate yourself. And then when you go to your healthcare provider, unfortunately, this is a time when you are going to have to be the biggest advocate for your health. You're going to have to go in armored and be prepared, and don't back down. There is help. You do not have to feel horrible. You don't have to feel exhausted. You don't have to feel all these things that have been normalized with menopause. And last, what I say as far as like a health and fitness perspective is respecting your body and understanding you've gone through a lot. Bodies change. This is normal, right? So whether you're a mom or you care for other people, respect your body as opposed to beating it up because it's changing.
Hallelujah! I like that. Okay, after the break, we are going to heat up the conversation. We're talking about what's happening in the bedroom. So sex and menopause. Stay with us.